What's up guys, Dr. Feelgood here, back again with another video prescription. And today I just want to ask you gamers a very simple question. Why do these companies, by companies I mean whether it be primarily the third party companies and publishers, but why do they do or continue to do the anti-consumer things we've come to know over the last 5 to 10 years? You know, things such as releasing broken games and horrible DLC practices. Why do they keep doing this? Now, I know you may be thinking, Dr. Feelgood, this sounds vaguely familiar to a recent video you did called Irrational Reasoning, and you will be correct. However, I'm going to tackle an entirely different aspect, okay? I believe I have the perfect reason why they continue to do the things they do today. No matter the backlash, and I mean the public backlash, like huge backlash, why do they continue to do it? Here's your answer. Idiots. That's right. Brutal, upfront, plain and simple idiots. And you want to know why I say it's idiots? Because all it takes is one. Let me explain. Let me elaborate on that for you. Prime example. Need for Speed, the new Need for Speed game EA is going to release, or if they've already released it, I'm not exactly sure. I was a big fan of the franchise up until basically Underground 2, but that's neither here nor there. But the new Need for Speed game, EA is actually charging for gasoline, not for your real car, but for your digital car in the game. They're also charging for smoking tires, things that have long since been a given in every racing game past. Even games like Gran Turismo and Forza, you didn't have to pay for gasoline. You had to pay for it in-game with digital currency or with your real world money as a microtransaction. You never did. It was just things that were included. Those are two of the most popular racing sims to date, and even they didn't take it that far. But moving on. There is a reason why they keep doing this. There's a reason why they make such moves. Now, that is a completely anti-consumer move. Smoking tires and gasoline? Come on now. And there are other ones out there which I'm going to bring up. Another thing. With Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Capcom is actually requiring you, I believe, to pre-order the game in order to be able to play as Sigma, which is one of the primary campaign characters. Really? So the person behind the campaign, you have to pre-order the game in order to play as them. And of course, other characters are going to be locked behind a paywall of some sort. Some are even main staples. That's very anti-consumer. It really and truly is. But all it takes is one idiot. The reason why that is, when it comes to pre-order DLC, you ever ask yourself how much effort goes into locking DLC behind a paywall or some type of stipulation? Just a few lines of code. That's it. It's just a few lines of code. In most cases, the DLC is already on the disc itself, but they lock it behind a paywall of some kind. A few lines of code. I will even go so far as to say that the people that develop these games probably spend less than an hour writing the code to lock this content behind. I mean, ask yourself this. If all it takes is a few lines of code to lock this away, if even one person falls for it and decides to purchase this DLC, they've already won. They have already won. Even though if it's just one person, it was worth the effort. The reason why that is because that one person is going to for sure convince somebody else. They are going to for sure convince one other person at the very least to do the same thing. But if even one person does it, let's just say $5. Let's say the DLC costs $5. If all it took someone to do to write this code to lock the on this DLC away was a few lines of code, $5 is worth it. It's worth it. This is a mass-produced game. It's a mass-produced piece of software. It was worth it. If 10 idiots buy it, it's even more worth it. You get 1,000 idiots to buy it, it's even better. You made literally $5,000 off of a few lines of code. It took little to no effort to write. And this can be applied to all the anti-consumer things. Things such as charging for the rest of the campaign or story, such as Final Fantasy 13 and Dead Rising 4. I'm pretty sure somebody out there purchased it. Somebody out there purchased the DLC for the rest of the campaign for these two games. And there are other games that have done it too, but these are just the two examples that come off the top of my head that I definitely did not participate in. Charging for skins, a popular thing in Gears of War. And don't get me wrong, you know, the same thing happened in Smash Brothers, but of course, most of that stuff was from third-party IPs and characters, so I can somewhat understand, but even still, I would never pay for skins. I would never do that. Ever. The code to write skins is very, very simple, especially since skins have literally no effect on your character or the game itself. No, I would never pay for that. The code for that is very, very simple. Why? Why pay for it? Even 50 cents. Why? Charging for options or missing modes, such as Batman Arkham Origins. When I believe they took out I think it's the online portion or the local co-op portion on the Wii U. Yeah. Other versions had it, but they didn't. And look what happened to Black Ops 3. The 7th-gen versions didn't have the campaign or story mode, while the 8th-gen versions did. Now keep in mind, every Call of Duty game prior to Black Ops 3, whether it be 7th-gen or 8th-gen, they all had the campaign as well as the multiplayer. Charging for even weapons. Come on now. There are means to an end. You charge for that, but people fall for it. They do. All it takes is one, people. Pre-order DLC, as I mentioned earlier, which is a big thing with Watch Dogs, get exclusive missions. Missions? Come on. Missions. Or when Assassin's Creed Unity had the speed pants for pre-ordering. Who remembers that? Speed pants. And here's a big one. Charging for online multiplayer. The PC guys love to throw this in the console guys' faces, and they would be right. Because online multiplayer, for the most part, is free on PC, although their communities are significantly smaller. But still, it's free. But think about this. All it takes is one idiot. And they're going to convince somebody else to pay for it that is worthwhile. See, we as gamers have got to learn to stand together, regardless of the piece of plastic we're gaming on, regardless of our preferences. We got to learn to stand together and be objective. Why am I saying this? If you purchase gas in EA's new Need for Speed game or smoking tires, you are a complete idiot. If you would spend your real world money on digital gasoline, you're an idiot. I'm just going to keep it real with you. We have to come together and, I hate to use this word, boycott these anti-consumer practices. These companies should not be allowed to do whatever the hell they want to do with our favorite form of entertainment, and we still pay full price to purchase it. Like, for example, I took a stand. I said years back that I was not going to buy Call of Duty until they innovated the formula and incorporated environmental damage. Black Ops 2 was the last one I purchased. I could even got Call of Duty Ghosts for like $10 brand new. Brand new. This is literally like 3 months after launch. I still chose not to. Until they innovate that formula, which they've been using for the last decade plus, I'm not going to purchase another game. You can say, well, oh, they gave you new perks. No, that's not enough. If Red Faction Guerrilla can give me environmental destruction, I think back in 2008, 2009, if Battlefield can give me environmental destruction, hell, if Red Faction back on the PS2 can give me environmental destruction, Call of Duty can do it as well. So I took my stand. No more until they innovate the formula. Simple. Batman Arkham Origins. I did not purchase that on the Wii U. I wanted the game, but I did not purchase it because I heard it was broken and buggy, and the Wii U version especially was missing modes. So I said no. Overwatch, an online-only game. I know some people primarily play games online. They don't care about the campaign and story mode, but to me, a game has to have an offline mode. To me, that is a requirement. So, Overwatch, as fun as it looks, I like the art style, I like everything about the game, but that, no purchase. Same thing with the first Titanfall. Online only, no purchase. And that's why the second one has a campaign mode, which is actually very good. But we have to take a stand. You can't just continue to accept whatever they dish out. Forcing you to pay for online multiplayer on consoles. I understand there's a cost to it for the company. I get that. But even still, Xbox and PS owners are paying $60 a year for the most part. And almost all your favorite games are also on PC, where the same features are free. Charging full price for annualized games that only contain minor updates such as Madden, NBA 2K, WWE 2K, Call of Duty. Come out every damn year. Very, very few updates. A new coat of paint and a new name for the most part. They may give you a new weapon. But still, they charge you full price for that. Charging for automatic updates. I know some of you may be thinking, what the hell are you talking about? If you have a PlayStation 3, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Do you know that on the PlayStation 3, if you want your console to get automatic updates, you have to subscribe to PlayStation Plus? Yeah, otherwise you have to do it manually. They put automatic updates, firmware updates, behind a paywall, people. And that reason alone was enough for me not to subscribe ever to PlayStation Plus. In addition to all the hacking and, unreliability of the network. But no, I wasn't going to subscribe to that. I wasn't. Charging full price for incomplete, broken, or buggy games? Come on. Excuse me. Assassin's Creed Unity, anyone? Oh yeah. Dishonored 2? And most controversial in recent history, Battlefield 4? Halo Master Chief Collection? Come on. You guys paid full price for that. And today these games are still broken. They're still buggy. Want to know why they keep charging for additional missions, such as in Batman Arkham Knight, where the season pass costs about as much as a game itself, and all it contained was a few missions and skins? Are you kidding me? The game is $60. The DLC is $50. And you didn't get a whole and almost an entirely new game on top of that. Not worth the content. No. And this is popular in shooters, especially Call of Duty and Battlefield, but charging for maps that have already been completed before a game is even released. You know how they take out content that was in the originally planned release and then they charge you for it? Yeah. You ever wonder why they keep doing this? Because idiots keep falling for it. All these things I just mentioned, all the aforementioned things, they keep doing it because idiots keep falling for it. All it takes is one. Some part of you, I don't give a shit how dumb of a gamer you are. Some part of you has to look out there, look at this objectively and be like, man, I don't feel I should have to pay for Sigma or pre-order the game to get Sigma. I don't feel I should have to pay for digital gas. I don't feel I should have to buy this broken game for full price. I don't feel that I should have to pay $60 for Overwatch when it's only essentially it's half a game. I can't play it without internet. Which means the game is essentially costing you whatever you pay for the game plus the cost of your internet bill. Because you can't play without it. For example, you were in the process of moving to a new place, you couldn't play Overwatch because your internet's off. If they have to transfer your stuff, it may take a day or two. Your internet would be off. You couldn't play that game if you wanted to. Now you may be thinking, well, who would want to play a game while they're in the process of moving? I do. I've actually played games up until the day I moved because they didn't require internet to do so. But whatever. Charging for any, and I do mean any DLC that was announced well before the game's official release date. When they tell you about DLC and the game is released for 6 months to a year, you shouldn't have to pay for that because they have enough time to implement it. If it's not already there and just locked behind the on disc and it's locked behind the paywall, that's dumb. That's why I don't buy. That's why I do not buy. Charging for any day one DLC. If a game comes out on Christmas and you tell me in June that you're gonna have day one DLC, kiss my ass. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You gonna charge for it too? No. Nah. Not gonna happen. But all it takes is one idiot. When they even break their support promises, Mass Effect Andromeda, anybody? Did they promise to fix Battlefield 4? Halo Master Chief Collection? Batman Arkham Origins? They all promised to fix these games or continue to support them. That didn't happen. So Mass Effect Andromeda is not getting single player DLC. That game and that franchise is essentially done. But all these things I've just mentioned, all these things, if even one person falls for it, they have succeeded. Because it was more than worth the cost to have one of the developers, write the damn code to lock it away. Don't think a lot goes into locking away DLC to sell back to you separately. It doesn't. It takes a few lines of code at best. Trust me, most DLC is already on the disc. That's why they sometimes have day one patches. They're basically downloading a patch that locks away certain content that's already on the disc. And then as you pay for it, they unlock it you download another code to offset the one that you downloaded day one to lock it away. Yeah. More or less. But if one idiot buys, it's all over. It's all over. But imagine if, let's say, for example, PlayStation said, hey, we're going to raise the cost of Plus to $70. If everyone stopped buying it, I don't care how much you love online multiplayer, I don't care how much you love the deals. If every PlayStation plan said no, no, hell no, and did not purchase it, I can almost guarantee you they rescind that statement and they'll keep the price the same. If every Capcom fan said, no, I'm not going to pre-order this game. I'm not going to pre-order it. In fact, I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy any DLC characters. They should already be in there. Past games have had these characters. Why are you charging for them now? No, past games have had more characters. I'm not buying this game. That's my stance on it. No. I wonder how long would it be before they just unlock all the content to get some sales. Look at Street Fighter V. I wonder if the fans, even the most hardcore fans, would be like, hold on. So Guile's not in the game day one? So I don't have a standard campaign mode, world tour, whatever you want to call it? You mean to tell me the one thing that's been in every Street Fighter game for the last 25 years plus now is not here at launch? And you still want $60? I'm not buying. I'm not buying this game. I wonder how long would it have been before Capcom would have said, yeah, we're going to release all the content and discount the game. If you want these developers and publishers to make better decisions about your favorite hobby, you have to speak with your wallet. It's that simple. You have to speak with your wallet. You have to say no. I don't care how much you love it. I love Smash Brothers. But they would have told me, oh yeah, you got to pay to play as Captain Falcon. $5. You got to pay to play as Mario, a staple, been a included character in all the other games. I would have said, oh hell no. I say best case scenario, I would have bought the game, but I would not have paid to have Mario. I would not have paid for that. See, don't break from your traditions. If you know a game traditionally has had this, I'm not saying things can't change, but don't let that change cost you more money on top of paying full price. That's all I'm saying. But I'm telling you people, the root of all this shit is one idiot. So if you have a friend that says, oh man, I can't wait till Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite come out, I'm going to buy all the DLC characters. Day one, I want you to take off your shoe and slap the hell out of them. I don't care if they're the biggest Marvel and or Capcom fan. Take off your shoe and slap the hell out of them. Okay? If PlayStation announces a price increase for PlayStation Plus worldwide from $60 up to $70, and your friend says, yeah man, I'm going to go ahead and still just, buy it, I got to have it, I want you to literally take your belt and whoop the shit out of them. Being dead serious. This has to stop. Don't let the idiots continue to ruin our favorite hobby by forking over their hard-earned money for bullshit. Don't. Would you pay to have Wolverine in a Marvel game? I hope you wouldn't. Not when he's been in every other one. Would you pay to have Ryu in a Street Fighter game? I hope you wouldn't. I hope you wouldn't. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. And as I always say, keep it gaming.